All right, let's talk about blended families. It's a journey that, kicks off with a ton of hope and excitement, but let's be real, it can also bring some pretty unique challenges. So today, we're going to explore how to navigate this whole new chapter together.
So let me just ask you straight up. Does bringing a new family together feel both exciting and maybe a little overwhelming? If you're nodding along, trust me, you are in the right place. It's that exact mix of feelings we're diving into.
So let's get into it. The best way to think about this is like starting a brand new chapter in a book. The goal here isn't to erase what came before, but to figure out how to navigate all these new dynamics as one single team.
And here's the most important part. This isn't just about everyone living under the same roof. The real goal is to actively and patiently build a new foundation of trust. It's about strengthening all these new bonds and getting through the changes with genuine understanding for each other.
But of course, that journey isn't always a walk in the park. So it's really important to talk about some of the common roadblocks you might hit. Because, seeing these signs of stress is the very first step to actually getting past them.
And these things are so common. We're talking about everything from figuring out the step-parent's role, like what's okay and what's not, to dealing with tension between a kid and their new parent. And then you've got sibling rivalry, kids feeling torn between their biological parents, and even strain with exes. These are all totally normal parts of the whole process.
This quote just hits a nail on the head, doesn't it? It really gets to the heart of it, that feeling of being pulled in two directions, the uncertainty of your new role in the family, and how something as simple as a daily routine can suddenly feel completely upside down. It's a good reminder that these feelings are real, and they're expected.
Okay, but just pointing out the problems is only half the battle. Now, let's get to the good stuff, the tools you can actually use to build harmony. Think of this next part as your family's personal toolkit for creating a stronger, happier home.
First up in the toolkit, family therapy. And look, this is not about finding someone to blame. It's really about creating a safe space where the whole family, everyone together, can learn to talk more openly and figure out how to solve those arguments that keep popping up again and again.
Next, we've got parent coaching, which is super practical. This is specifically for the parents, both step and biological, to finally get on the same page. It's all about lining up your expectations, the house rules, and your strategies so you can be a totally united front for the kids.
And the toolkit is packed with even more. There are other really valuable things like learning actual conflict resolution skills, how to handle disagreements without it blowing up. There's also therapy to help work through tough emotions, and even approaches that help you blend different family cultures and traditions. So, after putting in all this work and using these tools, what's the destination? What are we aiming for? Well, it's a peaceful, connected home. Let's take a look at the positive changes you can actually expect to see. So here's what that path forward usually looks like. First, you'll just notice less fighting. Then, everyone's roles and boundaries start to feel way clearer. That leads to better cooperation, not just between you and your partner, but between the kids too. And all of that works together to build real trust and finally create that peaceful home you've been working toward.
All right, so how do you even get started with all this? I know taking that first step to get some professional support can feel like a really big deal, but the whole process is really designed to be helpful and supportive from the get-go.
It all just starts with a conversation. That initial consultation is basically a chance for a professional to just listen, to understand your family's unique story, what your challenges are, and what you're hoping for. And from there, you decide on some shared goals together. From that first chat, the main goal is to create a plan that's tailored just for you. This isn't some one-size-fits-all thing. It's a completely confidential roadmap to help you build healthier communication and stronger trust. And it's always adjusted to whatever pace feels right for your family.
When it all comes down to it, it's about this really powerful idea. When you face these challenges head-on instead of avoiding them, you can genuinely reduce the stress in your home and build those stronger, healthier relationships you wanted from the start. So, as we wrap up here, I just want to leave you with one final question to think about. Forget about the big picture for just a second. What is one small, tiny step toward connection that your family can take together today?